So, believe it or not, it's 15 years since Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone arrived in cinemas. And I'm here with Pierre Bohanna, who was the head prop designer on the whole Harry Potter series, to talk us through some of the things that you created. So let's talk about some of the stuff we've got in front of us. We've got Neville Longbottom's Remember All.
Yes.
These are some of the initial designs.
Yeah, well, this is one of the ones I did myself. How you do it is you grid, basically, you break it up into longitudinal and latitudinal lines, which you pen onto the board. And then once a pen line was onto the glass, then I had an electric Dremel, which here is one here, and eventually just sat there and just started taking out the lines.
So you traced the lines through?
Traced the lines through and built them that way.
And we've got here one of the keys from when Harry, Ron and Hermione are trying to get to the Philosopher's Stone, going through all the different rooms that the professors have set up.
Interestingly, this is them. We can show them some of the wings that we've built here as well for them. In Philosopher's Stone, visual effects it certainly wasn't in its infancy, but it was becoming a bigger influence. So what and we still tend to do it now. This actually was never physically filmed to go on the film, but it was used as a reference and a guide for the visual effects department to generate all the thousands of flying keys that were in the chamber. The only other one we made obviously is the one that Harry actually catches, the real rusty old one. The idea was there's lots of glamorous keys, and then lost amongst it is some dull, flat keys. That they're the important ones. So that was nice. And again, a lovely piece to make. But with the Philosopher's Stone, what we ended up doing is actually making 2 or 3 different coloured variants, because in a practical sense, the red is a particularly sensitive colour to the intensity of its light and its environment. It gets lighter and darker. So to keep it looking consistent, we actually did different shades.
And just before we get chucked out of here, let's have a quick chat about Quidditch. So we've got we've got a quaffle behind us, and we've got a beater's bat there as well.
Yeah, this is a bludger bat.
Bludger bat.
Yeah, which a beater uses. That's good. Every good schoolboy should have one. We had to make rubberized ones and light ones for the guys when they're on the brooms. This is actually a casting that's been artworked to look like it's wooden and steel. So you can feel the weight on that is much lighter.
Yeah, that's easy.
Than the original. Exactly.
Good swing.
Yeah, exactly. You get a good strike. Funny enough, talking about bludgers, we have a piece of. We were talking about trying to get real finishes and things like that. This is a bludger, and this is done with iron powder actually, and we used an acid to really pull the rust out and get a proper rust on it, just to get the finish. And it's funny looking back on it now. I remember we were quite mad really going that far, but it all shows. It all shows in the quality.
And all the little dents and things in it as well.
Absolutely. All considered and built into it and to show character.
Well, that's the ball that in the game is going to give you a good whack.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like
Most things you see, you wouldn't even realise, have had a lot of thought and a lot of maybe changes and development that come to it before it becomes what it is.